Welcome to Athar's Garage. In this video, I'll be working on the Team Associated B6.4 Bag 5. So let's get started. Along with Bag 5, we're going to need Bag 11 with our fluids and grease. Well, this is kind of disappointing. Some of these shims are rusted. Came out of the packaging just like that. So I'm just going to take some sandpaper and try to break the rust off, and we'll continue. Okay, so you shouldn't have to do this. I didn't have any spares, but I was able to get, it was just a little bit of surface rust, but everything looks perfectly fine. It looks like it was just a little dirty, but I'm gonna go ahead and move forward. Sure, you could if you have this issue, you can contact Associated, and I'm sure they'll take care of you and send you new parts if needed. So I decided, I took a close look at the diff cover that came with the kit, and it doesn't sit quite as flush as I would like it to. I've always had issues with my other cars with the B6.3 of this warping or always leaking. So I'm not going to use this. I would highly recommend getting the aluminum gear differential cover, which is part number 91781. I'll link it in the description below so you can get one. This is a must-have upgrade for your car. Like, you could probably get away with not getting any other upgrade, but this one is absolutely needed. This one item made my car very consistent because it actually kept the fluid in the differential and made it actually operate the way it's intended to. All right, so let's go ahead and get the diff cup ready. So we're going to need one of the out drives, one of the larger O-rings, and the grease, along with one of these washers. It's a 5x8mm washer. So what we're going to do is we're going to put grease on the O-ring. Make sure it's nicely covered. And then we're going to put a very light coat on the out drive. And then we're just going to go ahead and put the O-ring onto the out drive. So next what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and insert the out drive into the diff. We're then going to take the 5x8 washer and install it onto the out drive shaft. Just like so. And then one of these pockets is flat all the way down, which is this one right here, that you can see. So what you want to do is you want to line up the hole in the out drive. So the out drive has a hole. So you want to line up that hole with that pocket that is completely flat. And then you're going to install the out drive pin. There you go. Just like so. And then next, what I like to do is I'll take the diff fluid. We're going to use the 5000 CST that came in the kit. And I like to put some diff fluid in the bottom of the differential. And then install the sun gear. Take note of the orientation of the cutout for the pin, so you can line that up and drop it in, and there we go. So next we can get our planetary gears ready. So we're going to take the 4 planetary gears and put them on the cross pin. So you just face all the gears towards themselves, and then you're going to take the planet gear diff shim, which is a 3.5 by 9 millimeter, and you're going to put that right behind the gears. So now we can install this into the differential, and you just got to line up the cross pin with the pockets, and just as you drop it in, you can kind of push the planetary gears a little outward, and there we go. So we're going to go ahead and fill up the differential with the included 5000 CST fluid, and we're going to fill it to the top of the cross pins. So I like to put a bit of fluid behind the gears to help lubricate the cross pin, and then I will just put a little bit of this fluid in each of the openings between each gear, and then just let it settle and just work my way around until I see the fluid basically get over the top of the cross pins. So while I wait for that to settle, we can get the diff cover ready, and we're going to do something similar on this. We're going to take the out drive and put a light coating of grease. Then we're going to take the larger O-ring, and we're going to put some grease on there and lubricate it, and install the O-ring onto the shaft of the out drive. Next, we're going to go ahead and install the out drive into the diff cover. We're going to then install the 5x8 diff washer, just like so. And then the diff cover has a pocket cut out right there, and the stock one does too, right here. And what you're going to do is you're going to take the diff pin and insert it through the out drive. Just like that. And then what I like to do here is I'll take some of the diff fluid and put it on the out drive and the cross pin, or on the diff pin, just like that, just a little bit. And then I will install the sun gear. And this fluid, take note of the orientation of the cutout on the back, and this fluid should help keep the sun gear attached to the diff cover, or this side, as you turn it over and install it onto the diff. So it's on there, as you can see. Turn it over, it doesn't fall out. So it's a little tip for you. Okay. So it looks like the diff is full. I like to take an Allen and just kind of put it on top of the cross pins and see how much fluid is there. If there's too much, then I'll just take my Allen and get a little bit of fluid out little by little. But looks like we're where we want to be. That's exactly where we want to be, at the top of the cross pins. Now we can go ahead and install our gasket. One thing to note, there were some small O-rings that came in this bag. These O-rings are used in between the planetary gear and the washers. The planet gear diff shims, which are 3.5 by 9. Those are optional to use. I've never used them, but they're supposed to be used as a tuning option. I think it's supposed to make the mesh tighter, but the kit setup is built without those O-rings. So now we can go ahead and put our gasket on. Just line it up with the holes, just like so. And then we're going to install the diff cover. Just got to line up the holes, just like so. And for some reason, if it doesn't line up or it doesn't sit flush, just rotate the out drive and you'll feel it, that sun gear mesh up with the planetary gears. So everything is lined up. Now we can take our M 2.5 by 10 button head cap screws and install them into the diff. I like to hold the diff in a microfiber towel just to get a little bit more grip on the gears. So I haven't even shouldered up the screws yet, but I'm going to try my best to tighten them down evenly. So I just get them all shouldered up and then go back and tighten it down in a crisscross pattern. So that way there's even pressure on that gasket. And there we go. So everything's tightened down. Don't want to over tighten it because you are going into plastic, and if you tighten it down too hard, you can actually break the gasket and it'll leak. So I don't see any leaks. Everything feels nice and smooth. Can't wait to run this diff. But that's it for bag 5, the gear differential. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe if you did. Let me know down in the comments below if you had any issues. I'll do my best to help you out if I can. Stay tuned for the next video, which is bag 6, which looks like it's going to be the transmission assembly. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.